The dark reality of domestic violence. Domestic violence is a multi-cause serial killer. Every week there are estimated to be 5,000 domestic violence matters. There are thought to be somewhere between 960,000 and 3 million incidents a year, while many go unreported. This is the horrible reality of domestic violence. It doesn't just end there. Domestic violence has side effects. Thousands of physically and mentally hurt people commit suicide every year. Homicides rise along with crime just from one subject alone. All this can be and should be stopped. This is possible by just jumping back to the cause of violence itself. Domestic violence is a misuse of power by one individual to control another's actions. Violence is a bad choice that people make out of a range of opinions. This choice should not be provoked or aggravated. This choice can be made because they think they have the power to control, being the adult. This, sadly, is usually caused by the husband or father. In some cases, the user of domestic violence has had domestic violence used on them and has potentially developed a bad habit. Right from the beginning, the victims of domestic violence should have counseling to prevent a multi-generational violence problem. This should also help prevent suicides, casualties, and other side effects. By also providing a cost-free counseling for anger management problems and dissolving the cause of anger by taking away various triggers such as people that aggravate them in some way, shape or form, may just drop fatality rates on the country, giving it a safer environment for people and children alike, whilst giving the country a better look and being a good example for other countries to follow, and maybe creating a more peaceful, safe atmosphere within a home. This is what Jesus wants. He even gives instructions for fathers on how to have a successful family in Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ has loved the church and gave himself for her. There are sadly a large portion of families in society and even in the church that are victims of domestic violence, and many cases go unheard of. Domestic violence is the most common form of violence against women and children in virtually every society in the world. The reason being for this age-old phenomenon being against usually women is because they were considered to be weak and vulnerable. And this is usually the cause as to why people, especially in males, come to believe they have the power to control and use force if not satisfied with its result. I believe by stopping and removing power within the user of domestic violence and teaching women that they are strong and are not vulnerable and teach them how to react and react Christ-like in certain situations will bring a more positive impact on this topic and will almost certainly reduce the amount of violence. By also not giving violence even the slightest chance to creep in and letting men know that they have neither the right nor power to use violence to force an action. Only by the acceptance and approval will they get what they want from that person. By giving them a choice, it makes them feel important and feel like they have a voice. This may even make them actually want to do the things you want them to do by showing them that you care about their opinions. Despite all the horrible things that happen to us, Jesus promises to be with us through it all in Joshua 1 verse 9. I believe this is the way to subdue the cases of domestic violence, suicides and homicides within a country and a home. Thanks for listening to my speech.